Hello, good evening, dear students. Today I am here to teach you naming angles. So, students, as we all human beings have different names, likewise, we can also name the angles in different ways. So, before knowing about how to write the name of an angles, let's consider some points which we must consider while naming the angles. So students, please look at board. Some basic things while naming the angles. So students, the very first point which we need to consider while naming the angles is the symbol of the angle. That how can we denote the angle? So students, the symbol angle is used to denote the angle. So students, while naming the angle, always you should use the symbol of angle. The symbol of angle is this. This is the symbol of an angle. While naming the angle, always you should use this symbol. विद्यार्थीहरू, हामीले एङ्गलको नाम लेख्ने बेलामा एङ्गलको सिम्बल प्रयोग गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ र एङ्गलको सिम्बल भनेको यस्तो हुन्छ. Point number 2 is capital letters are used to name the angles. So students, you have to be very careful while naming the angles. Always you must use capital letters while naming the angles. Capital letters are used while naming the angle. So students, capital letters are used while naming the angles. विद्यार्थीहरू, हामीले एङ्गलको नाम लेख्ने बेलामा क्यापिटल लेटर्सको प्रयोग गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. यदि हामीले स्मल लेटर्स युज गर्यौं भने त्यो रङ हुन जान्छ. We must use capital letters. Point number 3 is very important point related to vertex. So students, while naming the angles, always vertex of an angle is always written in the middle. Vertex of an angle is always written in the middle. So students, vertex of an angle is always written in the middle. As I have already told you, what is vertex? Vertex is simply the common point, the meeting point of the two arms. While naming the angles, vertex must lies in the middle. विद्यार्थीहरू, हामीले एङ्गलको नेम लेख्ने बेलामा भर्टेक्स जहिले पनि बीचमा राख्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. यदि हामीले भर्टेक्सलाई अगाडि या पछाडि राख्यौं भने त्यो रङ हुन जान्छ. So students, I hope you have understood these three basic things which we need to consider while naming angles. So now let's see some example. So students, in exam you may ask in this way. Your question may arise like this: name each of the following angles in two ways. You may ask in this way. Your question is asking you to write the name of given angles in two ways. So let's take one example, one angle. So students, here I have drawn one angle. Now you are supposed to write the name of this angle in two ways. You have to write the name of this angle in two ways. So how can we write the name of this angle in two ways? So let's see. So students, here are the basic things which we had already considered, So students, look at first point. The symbol angle is used to denote the angle. So let's see the solution. While naming the angle, the very first thing you need to consider is you should keep the symbol of angle. The symbol of angle is this. This is the symbol of angle. Now come to point number 2. Capital letters are used to name an angle. While naming an angle, always you should use capital letters. As you can see in the question, there are capital letters too. So if you write X like this, Y like this, and Z in this way, it will be wrong. You are not supposed to use a small letter. Always you should use capital letters. And similarly, point 3, vertex of an angle is always written in the middle. So students, point number 3 is very important while naming the angle. Your vertex must lies in the middle. Vertex लाई हामीले बीचमा लेख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. So students, as I have already told you in the previous class, that an angle has got two arms here, x, y and y, z. They are the two arms, x, y arm and y, z arm. They have met at a common point which is known as y. विद्यार्थीहरु, x, y र y, z आर्म y भन्ने पोइन्टमा भेटेको छ जसको नाम y छ. त्यसैले y यहाँ भर्टेक्स हो. y भनेको यो एंगलको भर्टेक्स हो र भर्टेक्सलाई हामीले जहिले पनि बीचमा राख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. हामीले भर्टेक्सलाई बीचमा राख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. यसको मतलब y लाई हामीले बीचमा राख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. y लाई हामीले बीचमा राख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. यसको मतलब हो हामीले अगाडि या त x राख्नु पर्यो या त z राख्नु पर्यो. So students, let's write. So y must lies in the middle. It means now we have to keep either x first or z first. Let's write angle x, y Z. So students, this is the angle of the name of this angle X Y Z. You should keep symbol of an angle. Here all the letters should be in capital, and similarly here vertex must lies in the middle. Vertex बीच में होनु पर्यो. Now next see another way. So students, another way to name this angle is just we have to reverse. Before we wrote angle X Y Z. Now just reverse it. Now let's write the symbol of angle first. Angle. Now angle Z Y X. Angle Z. Previously you had written X as first. Now you have to write Z as first. Z Y X. So students, here you can see we have fulfilled all the conditions. The first condition was the symbol of angle should be like this. Here we have written the symbol of angles. Capital letters are used to name an angle. We have used capital letters. Similarly, vertex of an angle is always written in the middle. So students, here Y is a vertex. You can see Y here is in the middle. Here also you can see Y is in the middle. So name this angle is angle XYZ. Angle XYZ or angle ZYX. Angle ZYX. So students, hope you have understood today's class very well. This much for today. In the next class we will continue the same chapter. So this much for today. Thank you very much.